Yeah, waiting for that. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, July 15th Planning Board meeting. We'll begin with roll call of board members. My name is Bill O'Neill. I'm the chair.
Doug Brown.
Mark Manning.
Christine O'Brien.
Nick Bonapane.
Okay. Alternates to appoint. The next on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Chair, there are some changes. It's just a matter of how the cases are listed. The cases are the same. So I gave you a new copy of the agenda. So the old agenda had a number 1, which said continued application, so that's not a thing anymore. So number 1 is actually the acceptance and review of application and public hearing if application is accepted as complete. And that's for case P 2519 and P 2521. And then number 2, there's a new section, it's design review. That needs to be on its own because it doesn't have a completeness section to that. And under 4A and B, there's a couple of pieces of information just for you guys to read at your leisure. And that's the only 2 changes.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes or the agenda.
Second that.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we will move on to case 1, this acceptance and review application and public hearing if application is accepted and complete. Case number P 25-19, Norway Plains Associates, Steve Holds, agent for Jeremiah Taylor, Jillian Coate, and Christine and Joseph Perella to adjust lot lines for 2 lots of record, map 25, lot 31 adjusted from 0.29 acres to 0.67 acres, and lot 33 adjusted from 16.98 acres to 16.60 acres. This is, we have to do completeness, all waivers.
Make a motion that we accept the application as complete. For case P 25-19.
I'll second it.
We have to do the waivers first, right?
You can do completeness first.
Yeah, okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So the waivers are just for the, because you're right, so you're just doing a lot line adjustment.
Excuse me, Steve, can you just push that button that's on the microphone, right?
Green
Yeah,
lights.
there you go.
Green is
Sorry.
good.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep, waivers are for, because it's a lot line adjustment, so wetlands
Okay.
and topography.
So. I will make a motion to grant the waiver request, Article 7, F dot 7G, Article 7, comma, F dot 7 dot H, and Article 7, comma, F dot 7 dot I.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. And you're up.
Well, you've already said everything for me. It's a simple boundary line adjustment. Steve Oles from Norway Plains. We're transferring 16,000 square feet plus or minus from the Perella lot to the Vanderbilt property. It allows it to be larger, it gives them more ability to put a septic, and gives them a better place to actually build on his lot. We're taking it from a non-conforming 12,000 square feet up to 29,000 square feet. And we're just taking that same 16,000 away from the Perella lot, which is over 16 acres. And so we're just kind of make it a better situation. He increases frontage on the road, and it just makes it an overall better site.
So before you go too far, this lot line adjustment, doesn't that take the frontage away from the other lot?
No, it does not. Frontage for the other lot is on 28. The Pro lot has all the frontage on 28, all the lot frontage on Baxter Place, all the way down to Franklin.
Okay, so the two lots we're talking about are highlighted. One is orange, one
That
is
is-
green.
The orange is taken away from the Pro lot and going to the yellow. So it'll be one big lot when it's said and done.
So the orange lot and yellow lot will all be orange.
Correct.
So you're merging these two?
I'm taking land away from the Pro lot,
Okay,
and I'm taking 16,000 square feet of land away from the Pro lot and adding it to this
Okay.
12,000 square foot lot to make it 29,000.
So that lot,
all right, I think that's, yeah, I got confused too, Roger. I saw lot 31 and then lot 33, and
I'm
like,
just not
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
lines removed. I mean, that line has to be removed to become,
What's happening is this line right here
yeah,
is going to get removed,
yeah,
and this line is going to get created right there.
that line already exists.
No, this line exists right here. Yellow is what exists,
Okay,
and we're taking land, the orange, away from the Pro lot.
Oh, I see.
adding it to the yellow.
So the orange was all this, okay. All right, it was the big lot.
We're doing the adjustment.
Okay,
We're taking the land away
all
from
right,
the
so
Pro
that's
lot,
33, okay.
adding to the yellow lot.
so the orange is being added to the yellow. Okay.
Correct.
All right,
Sorry, I read this last night, and so I'm trying to go from memory here, if this was applied to this case, but I thought I read in here that, for it to be in compliance, it's a 2 acre lot. It's a 2 acre lot requirement. Why wouldn't you just make the lot 2 acres?
It's the request, the variance has already been approved, but it's a request to add that land, and they don't want to acquire more land than what they're asking for.
And that was the variance that we just approved.
Yep.
Thanks.
And the intent is not to do any further development on the site?
The intention at this point in time is just to do the boundary line adjustment with this,
But there's only one house on the big lot, right?
the one house up here.
okay.
So the rest of it is, I think I saw something with the wetlands. Again, maybe it was the other one, but it's not much, so the potential of more development is there.
There's
They're gonna
potential to
own it.
do all kinds of things, it's just at this point in time, the intent is to do the boundary line adjustment.
Now, you said, you had mentioned the septic system, so where is the septic system on that lot right now? I'm having trouble seeing it on mine.
This lot?
No,
No,
for the
no.
lot that you want to adjust.
So. During it. Okay? Where's it at?
Oh, I thought you said you were adding this land for the septic system.
We're at, for development of any sort, he can put a garage, he has to come before and get building permit, but for septic, for anything, he's basically increasing from 12,000 to 29,000. He's increasing his landability, so he can do other things with it.
So the waiver we approved wasn't for it to be less than 2 acres. The waiver was that we didn't have to show additional information on the plot plan, right, which I agree with.
Yes, the waiver.
Just approved, Bill, I'm sorry. I stepped behind.
And what?
What did we just approve a moment ago?
That the application was complete.
And then
No,
we
the
approved
waivers.
And the waiver was so that this document didn't have to.
That makes more sense.
Right, yeah, because it was just for the showing the wetlands, because he's not developing the land.
Understood.
Right now, he's just doing a lot line adjustment.
So we didn't approve the fact that it was okay to be below 2 acres.
The ZBA did.
No, the
Zoning
ZBA
board
did.
already did.
ZBA did?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
they already went to zoning and got that.
On June
that
2nd.
okay. They got a variance.
Does that have to get state approval as well?
No, because you're enlarging it. You're making it smaller, you need to go before the state.
So it's more compliant.
Yes. The state's gonna be static, going from 12,000 square feet up to 29,000.
Waivers, development, but margin is gonna develop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what
I'm
you
trying
just
to.
said.
A garage on it, the septic system on it, and actually meet compliance, a lot further compliance now, because right now, the septic is right in front of the house, right on the lot line, so now you're bumping it out an extra 15 feet, and then you give them more area in order to do.
But is there any intent to put a larger house on the site?
Nah,
No. I mean, they really
Garages are good.
can't develop it. Yeah, you can't put another house there. Yeah.
you don't need the
Yeah.
lot loading for it.
But there is enough land there that if they had put 2 acres, it would be in compliance on that lot.
See that.
I guess it is what it is.
I know you had said the lot line adjustment was for increasing their septic, so if their septic's already there, why are they doing a lot line adjustment to increase a septic that's already there?
Because at this point in time, the septic is currently in the right of way, right on the property line, so if you're pushing it out an extra 15 feet, you actually make it conform.
Why wasn't the intent then to take it to a full 2 acre and make it a fully compliant lot?
The intent is the agreement between the two parties.
No.
We just did this a year ago on this lot right here. Did the same thing. Bought land, merged lots,
Right.
did the same thing a year ago. And that did not go to a 2 acre lot either.
Yeah, but we're not a year ago, we're now.
Sorry?
I said we're not a year ago, we're now.
Did that didn't come, the one that we did last year though, that didn't come off the main lot. That was just two that were next to each
This-
other, right?
This came off the main lots.
Oh.
This chunk of land came off the
Oh,
main.
they did come off that one?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a fully compliant lot though, right?
No, it's not.
They made right, that's right on the river. They made the waterfront bigger,
Yep.
the frontage on the
And you're
water.
getting waterfront too.
And same thing down
Same
here.
thing. They're getting waterfront too.
So,
So in other words, the parent lot
Is-
owned
they're-
lots on both sides of the road.
The road actually runs through the lot. It's a right of way. It's right of way for everybody to gain access to and from 28. So they own this section of land here. They own the section of land right there. They own all this land right here. All part of the parent lot.
I see, yep.
They were gonna move the road.
That's not,
No, they made them, they were doing that, lot line adjustment. Crazy it was, because they wanted to slide the road over.
Well, the ZBA didn't put any restrictions on what they could do with it, so I mean, I'd say it's a doable conversion in my view. Saying that, I
yeah, they're making it bigger.
make a motion that we can't pass case P 25-19.
We have to open this for public input.
Yeah, we have to go to public first, Roger. Yeah, no, that's okay. Just hang on to that. Does the board have any more questions? And then I can, if not, I'll open it up to public. You guys have anything else? Okay, at this time, I'd like to open it up to public. You just standing there? Is there anything from public? Okay, I'll close public.
Now I'll raise my motion that we accept case P 25-19. Lot line adjustment.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. The big one. Okay, so next up is also for acceptance and review application and for completeness. Case number P 25-21, TF Moran, agent for Treasure Coast SPE LLC owner. Proposal to construct a 38-unit manufactured home park to include one site area for a single-family dwelling. And we already had the design review for this. anybody have any questions about we have to complete first? Does anyone have any questions about the application completeness?
There's just that waiver request for the soils report. So,
Well, we can complete it.
Complete it,
And then
and
ask him,
then- all right.
yeah, and then ask him about that. Yeah, because I had the same question. Seemed to me too.
all right, well, then I'll make a motion that we accept the submission for completeness.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Yes, I had the same. Go ahead, Doug, if you want to ask that question.
Well, the waiver is for, again, the soils report. And for me, the whole development is somewhat, in terms of the number of sites that are proposed, it raises the question whether the soils can, support the septic systems that'll be required.
That's a good point.
Some input.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yep.
So on the waiver request, part of their request is pending that they would provide a full report prior to the approval. Is that, you might want to ask Mr. Roscoe.
Yes, that was my question to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nearer the road. So that has to be on. Excuse me. Can you hit that button on the microphone?
Oh.
Perfect.
Okay. We just asked for the waiver procedurally so that we could get the application complete and in for the hearing and start the review process. But we are efforting that as we speak.
Okay, that's what I thought the strategy was.
Yeah.
I just-
So, I mean, we wouldn't leave that off. And obviously, we've got to have a design that fully supports the septic system design and all of that. So that's not our intent, is to skirt providing the information, it's just to delay it.
Yeah, it's.
So is there such a thing as a temporary waiver?
So I don't think it
I don't think
really
we need to do a
should be
waiver. It shouldn't be a waiver because we don't want to, I don't think we want this to be misinterpreted as a waiver where he doesn't have to do the soil testing. We want him to do it. What we want to do is either this, if this gets accepted or it gets continued to the next month, which would probably be, looking at the rest of this would probably be the better idea, but making sure that the soils are tested, and moving forward, that they are tested and that we get those,
Correct. This is more of a
Yeah.
procedural waiver
Yeah,
because
so,
in the checklist for the application, it says you must require, or you must provide it.
right,
And then there's a column for waiver or not
right.
applicable.
So,
So we requested the
yeah,
waiver,
I would, yeah.
just as a
And
procedural.
you said those soils testing are underway now?
Not today, but
No.
yeah, we have
They-
staff scheduled for next week.
Yeah,
And we will provide the full
So-
report before we come back.
so we can make it a condition, if we accept it, or if it gets continued to next month, then we'll know more next month, so, but there's,
So we're just stepping over that.
I would say,
request.
I would, yeah, I wouldn't, I
What
wouldn't
if
gonna make
that,
a
what if
motion.
that soil support, what if that soil, analysis comes back not great and they decide to change the layout of the home, of all the homes again? Do they have to, does that get like completely erased and they have to start all over again, or how would that work? Like if there's an issue with the soil and they have to do a complete redesign?
But it's up to us to do that.
Yeah, I
and
think they would have to.
That's why
they would
I'm
have to
at- that's
fix it,
why I'm-
yeah,
And
they would
if,
have- And again, this is why, I'm right for now, I wouldn't do a waiver for it, for that reason.
Mhm.
We want those test soil, and then if we can get through the rest of the application.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in here that, that hasn't really been touched on, that we have to get through.
Yep.
And then we'll make a decision.
So you wanted to, we should deny the waiver is what you're telling me?
I
I
think,
don't think we have to.
I think they
propose it.
should just withdraw the
Yeah,
waiver.
I don't think we have to, no one made a motion to accept it, so I don't think we have to make a motion to deny it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Right, because if you
Yeah.
denied it, then you would be making them do that right now.
Right,
Okay.
yeah. So, we're not gonna give you the waiver. Just because again, it would, we want to make sure that this stuff gets done. This is
Oh, understood,
really
yeah,
important.
and
So-
again, it's.
And I understand what you're
procedural.
saying, you're following a chart, you're plugging stuff in, and I get that, but,
Because I can see a situation where if we
Right.
didn't provide the
Right.
information,
yeah,
you would say, okay, well, it's not complete, come back.
right. And
back next
start
year,
all over
yeah.
again, right, and we vote to, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so, moving on from that, the manner review, now there's a whole lot of stuff that, did you want to go through your questions with the,
I
For the-
could,
for the planner review, you want me to read them, or?
uh, whatever you want to do. You
So,
want me to explain them?
yeah, that would
Okay.
be great.
Okay, do you have a copy of the planner review? Okay, so on page 4, under the section plan review, so the first bullet item, actually includes a few different things. So my main concern is that I wasn't able to find any revision dates on the plan with any notes as to things that may have been revised. So it's difficult to say whether the items listed by the town engineer or the fire department or any of the other plan review items that I listed in the planner review during the design review phase have been implemented.
Okay,
It's-
well,
it's-
to the extent that we could address them, yes, we did, but it's customary for us, if it's a new application, is to redate the plans so that it's easier to follow, because if we, give you a drawing that's originally dated 2023 and there are 10 revision dates, you can say, well, I've never seen this before, so, yes, to the extent that we've made any revisions to the plan since the design review, this has a fresh date on it, but all of those changes have been incorporated.
So I would literally have to pull out all of these documents and go through each sheet to ensure that these changes have been made, because there's nothing telling me that they have been, other than what you just stated.
All right, well,
Normally, we see revisions.
if it's easier for me to
And
change the date of the drawing, then I will put it back to the way that it was. But
Defer to the board on that.
As far, you want for everything, all of these, the road frontages, the road setbacks?
So in a way, you guys would see all of the changes, like it wouldn't become a brand new application.
Mhm.
It would have just,
I think it's important to have the history there.
Right,
But are these comments not fresh? I mean, there shouldn't be anything that hasn't been addressed or that is ongoing from the design review phase. Because several of these items are actually in the drawings, and I can read them out if you'd like. Because we did take your comments to heart.
okay.
well, but you.
I
You
understand.
need the revisions, right?
She would like,
Well, it's not that I would like them, it's just normally what takes place. That's normally what you guys get presented with.
Right.
so let's stay with practice.
Yes,
All right, well,
keep it the same.
if it will help, I
We would
can,
like the revisions,
I could
yes.
cloud all the items since the design review phase
Mhm.
with a revision block, cloud, and send them back to you so you can simplify your review. If that would help.
Make it easier.
Yes, we would need them, yes.
Okay.
Because I can state that we have added the road frontages, setbacks, driveways, all of those items. And, it is zoning items, but we're not subdividing. So this is really just to show density and that we are being cognizant of separation between the home sites. But we have added all of those items on the sheet C3 series. But I will go through and provide a revision clouded version for ease of review.
All right.
Fixed everything else too, as far as Site 36 not being attached to the sewer system and, you know, the square footage for the developed recreation area. You did all those as well?
Yes, or we can call it out to your attention, but on home site 36, there's a pipeline with an invert on it, and that is the sewer. And if that was missed before, then no problem, but it is on the drawing.
Okay.
And the big single-family home will have its own septic and water supply, I assume?
Yes, that'll be a private water supply, private septic system. We've not shown it because it's essentially a separate home site from the manufactured home portion of the project. You know, we will do that at a later date.
May I explain why that was specific? So in the ordinance, it talks about utilities and facilities having to stay in the same ownership. So if at some point he wanted to sell the house, it would have to be separate. The sewer, the water would have to be separate from the manufactured home park. So that's why I had asked that.
Yeah, but I thought that the whole point of manufactured homes was to have it as one lot, never to be subdivided. So-
It is.
Right, I'm just talking the single-family home.
Single-family home is.
Yeah.
Compared to
You can't,
others.
but you can't split off the single-family home and still
Right.
be in compliance.
Correct.
So it's all one lot.
Right.
So we should probably be clear about that, like we did with some of the other applicants in the past. Lot cannot be split and sold off the single-family house.
Yeah, it's in the ordinance, so.
It's another.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
So one of the other items that wasn't just talked about during design review phase was the submission of some type of association documents. Talk about. Yeah.
Legal documents, right?
Right.
Yep.
Easements for water supply.
Is that customarily a condition of approval? Or does it have to be provided for review?
Yeah, it gets provided to town council
Right.
for a review.
Recall, but was there any issue with this, with the, where it enters onto the highway and the curve to the left? I kind of recall an issue on traffic, but I'm not being certain in my mind. Josh, you're looking at me like,
I think you've provided the traffic, was a traffic study that they had performed
so no issue.
themselves. I don't know, they did their own study.
Yeah, just a quick summary, we chose absolutely the worst possible spot from an engineering or construction point of view to put in the new road. It's right at that
That makes us feel better.
rock outcrop from a construction point of view, but we're trying to emphasize safety, right? So we placed it right at the crown, the crest of the road in the center of the property, maximizing site distance. And it's right along a spine, a topographic spine that runs up the hill. So it's really in a perfect spot, you know, for safety, for access, maximizing separation to neighbors and all those things. And DOT has that information in front of them. They just elevated their design level yesterday, their review level, excuse me. And so they're well on their way to final review
Of that.
of that, right? Site distance is adequate for the posted speed limit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because
So we're still waiting on the review.
right, we're gonna take down a 16-foot piece of rock to get it to the right road elevation.
Okay. So is the goal here to get all these concerns down as conditions? Is that what we're looking to do, Bill, or?
Well, we have, and it's up to us. We can either, there's a lot of stuff here, and we can either put them as conditions and then approve it, or we can, you know, we can ask him to continue to next month and get a lot of this stuff taken care of, and then come back. Those are our three choices. Yep. So one letter that we got came from the fire department, and they're pretty extensive on what they looked at out there. They're requesting a 10,000-gallon cistern.
Provided a 30,000 based upon my conversation with the fire chief.
Okay, so you've already, okay,
Yeah, and that's reflected.
you've already spoken?
Yes,
Okay.
I spoke to the fire chief
Okay,
middle of June, and we adapted those comments into the drawing.
okay, great.
I'm not sure if he's seen this again, but I'll check back with him,
Okay.
you know, in the coming weeks. And it will be our inclination to ask for a continuation, obviously, given the timing and everything. I just wanted to make sure that the public had an opportunity
Yep.
to be heard, and if there's any comments from them that I can adapt to the drawing,
Yep.
then I'm happy to do so.
And there was also a note from the Conservation Commission. Saw that that there, yeah, a good chunk of this is gonna be undeveloped. And they were asking if you were gonna put it in current use.
Well,
How much is left over?
that's an option, but
Yeah.
given that it's an approved manufactured home park, it has to stay.
Mhm.
Not being used.
More than 10 acres.
30 to 40 acres.
Yeah, more than
Yeah.
10.
There is
Yeah.
enough to put it in.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
put
it's
in,
an 85-acre parcel, so
yeah, so they just requested, they made their statement is, given the remaining undeveloped land is being held as a benefit to all, and we would encourage the planning board to ask at a minimum that it be put in, the remaining land be put in current use. Ideally, they would ask if we could require the remaining land to be placed under conservation easement with a qualified conservation organization. So,
So again, to clarify, the current intention is not to do a subsequent a subdivision from there.
We
correct?
could not without a ton of approval.
Yeah.
Attempted approvals.
Excuse me?
Attempted approvals.
Yeah.
Well, this remaining area, is that where that walking trail is anyway?
Correct.
I mean, a bunch of that's wetland too, right?
There's, yes. More than we thought.
That's why I think the soils report is kind of important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
So, the board is also awaiting comments from the town engineer for their second review as well, so.
Okay.
mhm. That's still an outstanding item.
So it's probably in the best interest to continue it, I would imagine, correct?
I think you guys
Given all this.
ultimately would have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can continue to go through all of
Yeah.
the rest of the stuff.
Well,
and-
let's get through as much as we can
Yeah,
tonight and try to get a lot of this stuff covered. And then, we can wait on the town engineer and the soils and
mhm.
Again, all the electric's supposed to be overhead at this point, if I understand.
It's shown that way on the drawings.
Yeah.
We may shift a portion of it underground along 140, just to,
but within the development, it's gonna be underground, right? Within the development itself to the different units?
we may change our minds, but right now it's
Oh,
shown.
right now it's all aerial?
Right now it's shown as all overhead.
Oh, okay.
But after we got a hold of the utility company, they suggested that perhaps we could go underground. There's not,
Yeah, putting conduit, yeah.
there perhaps might not be ledge out there, but
Nope.
Yeah.
Please, you'll get your turnover.
it's getting to a point where the poles are almost expensive as the excavation, so.
I have a question.
Yes, go right ahead.
Do you have any photos or any drawings of that community area, that building that you're gonna have? So
Yes.
with the community,
As in condition?
Is it a condition? But she was just asking if you had it.
yes, you've had any drawing,
Design, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, no, the structure itself, no. We could provide it.
Yeah, because it's all we have is, so these units here, they're all the same.
Yeah, they're 2 and 3 bedroom, right? They're different ones. thought I read in there that it said there were gonna be some 2 and some 3. Are they all gonna be identical, or are there some 2 and some 3?
They could opt to do a two-bedroom version, but it's the same footprint. But they'll be designed for the maximum water use, sanitary flow.
You see where it's getting kinda dicey though, cause you're saying maybe it'll be 2, maybe it'll be, and we gotta approve an entire subdivision based on.
We'll approve it for a maximum of 3. If it helps.
But Jessica, you were asking about the clubhouse design, not specifically the manufactured homes, right?
Right. Yes, just the clubhouse.
So you can provide that?
Certainly.
So each one, the footprint is gonna be 52 by 26.8. Whatever you, on each lot, this is the size that.
You tested for well water at this point, or is that still to be done?
That is still to be done. We're in the planning stages. We have a well designer on board, and we'll be starting that process.
I have another question.
Sure.
Do, does the buildable area allow for potential garage if people want a garage? Is there enough space without them having to apply for a variance to be within a setback? Just curious. If you
I
guys
guess I'd have
thought
to
of that.
review the code again. I'm not sure if it's disallowed or,
Pretty small lot for what
Yeah.
I just didn't know if that was,
with 10,000 square foot lots.
just curious, that's all.
Valid question.
Gonna create something that doesn't even exist, okay. Only thing I can see quickly is accessory structures, whether attached or detached, shall also meet these setbacks. So it would be very difficult to put a 2-foot wide garage.
We capture that there's no intent to be garages.
But again, this is not subject to zoning because there's no lot lines.
I'm not super overly into your mannerisms here, so just calm down, okay?
Some of the homes narrower than others.
No, sir.
I thought I saw a plan that was 28 feet wide.
That's the only map that I got, Rod, is it's 28.6 wide by 52 long.
This one here is 26 feet wide.
You get that? On the map?
On this particular map I'm looking at. Shows the setback.
Is it in?
Now, maybe it's the foundation that's a little bit oversized, but
Oh, okay.
This one.
It says 26. It says
52 by 26.
And we've got 8 inches, I'm gonna put you in the setback, so.
And I guess there's the issue in the cable service as well, like the electric is still open to discussion.
Right,
Right.
correct.
When does that decision get made?
Well, very soon, because again, we are speaking with, the electric provider, and we'll be making a decision on how finally, whether it's underground, overhead, outside the project, inside.
Because obviously, we need that plan as well.
Yeah, because we probably would not want to do it, run the cable separately, right? So,
You gotta, yeah, you'll have to speak to all the utility, well, power and internet or whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, it's either gonna have to all be above or all be underground, so.
Wouldn't necessarily all have to be, run it down the road and then just move each finger under.
But like you said, I think we need to see the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that should be on here.
And likewise, I guess on the propane tanks, that's still open too, if it's underground or above ground.
yeah, we've shown them as above ground on the drawings.
So that the intent is to be above ground.
That each unit has its own tank.
Yes, sir.
You had an interesting comment when you said the lots for the mobile homes lot lines aren't defined. But I think that they need to be, at least under the zoning bylaws.
Of course,
then-
yes. It was really just,
Off the cuff.
no. What I meant was that we're required to show the lot lines as if they are lot lines, but we're not subdividing. So I think it was Ms. MacArthur who came up with the idea to use the word home site rather than,
I think that it's
Rather
actually
than
sites.
lots.
What, the
We do need to have it, yes, it's in the, it's in the
So, and
requirements. But it's not the intent to subdivide.
But the sites, the sight lines for each of the mobile homes have to be defined for the zoning. Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair. Can I make a comment? So Mark, I think they've already completed that. Putting the setback, is what you're talking, on each site area?
So we know where all the sites are. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. Because he had made a comment.
Yeah, so in the plan and the design review phase did not have that, but this one actually shows
Yeah.
mobile homes and shows the setbacks.
I'll withdraw my comments based on the follow-up comments. Thank you.
Well, that's the question. What is it that we're actually looking to do today?
Well,
There's a lot of information here.
right. And, I mean, like I said, we had two things. We can either, accept it, and approve it with conditions precedent, or continue it to next month until, I suggest we have it continued to next month, because we haven't heard back from the town engineer. There's a whole lot of stuff here that is missing, so those are our two options. I think it'd be better to do the latter one and continue it to next month, because like you said, Roger, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
And I wouldn't be in agreement with that, because, I mean, basically, if the stuff that's missing is provided, then we have something to go for. I mean, I can look, I got tons of paperwork here, I'm looking at stuff, and, I mean, I'm looking at one thing, and it's telling them that they have to clean the gutters of the places spring and fall. Who cares?
Yeah,
You wanna let your house rot, let it rot. I mean, was part of part of this plan. you know?
right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of information here, and I don't know, I mean, we're looking at the big items, whether or not the
Right.
drainage,
Right.
the big items are.
Right, and the soil, they didn't even
The
start
soil,
with the soil,
soil.
and
I
that's the
think
big one.
that's the
That's-
critical point,
That's
is
the
that
big one, because
the
of the waivers in there, we're not approving the waivers. That's why I think that be in the best interest is to continue it to next month. So the-
I mean, they're obviously looking at the number of months, because they've got to come up with that stuff anyway, so it's
Right.
not a big deal to continue it.
Right.
And that way, when they come back, we're not saying, well, this isn't there, and that's not there, and so everything is complete, and we've got to.
Right, I'd like to have everything, complete and that it's clean, yep, yep. So, I would like to open it to public. If everybody else is okay with that, I would like it to open to public for their questions, to get their questions answered. So I'll open, if everyone's okay with it, I'm gonna open it to public right now. So, anybody from public have anything, or?
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I want you guys to have, your chance, so.
Come up to the microphone if you want. Yeah, you gotta come up to the mic
To the
and,
microphone, sir, so it's recorded.
yeah, just state your name real quick.
The only thing I would mention to you folks is, I mean, if you have questions now, this is the time, because,
Yeah.
come August, we may be approving this.
Right.
If they have,
Yeah.
and your question may not.
If you got, hey, if you have questions, you can
I
come
mean,
up.
These
You
are
gotta,
the questions to ask us, that we want you to ask. So,
We got one here already.
go ahead, go
So
ahead.
I'm just letting you know, I mean, if you have questions.
Yeah, now's the time.
I have a whole big thing here, but on the taxing of this property, they said it's not
Could you
to be.
just state your name real
Oh,
quick?
I'm sorry. Hernani Stolazzi at 685 Frank C. Gilman Highway. I'm in a butter. That is not dividable, subdividable or whatever. So is this one property, 87 acres, taxed as 87 acres? Or is it 38 houses on 10,000 square feet and the rest is in land use? Which the town will lose 70 acres of prime taxable land that the taxpayers will have to make up the difference on.
Well, not if it's put in current use.
Right.
If it's put into current use, I understand that,
It would be
but it's one property.
What's that?
If it's one property, unsellable as individuals, shouldn't it be taxed as if they were, each house was on a 2-acre lot?
The town will tax the used land as,
Right, that they're required to have,
and that if they put it into current use,
thank you.
answering your question.
Well, I didn't ask you a question.
Well, I'm just, I thought he did.
I thought he did too.
This is Diana Kuchar, 500 Dudley Road. We are an abutter on this. I just want to know, have they gotten anything done from the state? Because I've talked to the state, and at first I didn't know anything about it, this whole development. So you're talking soil testers? Who's doing it? I mean, is it somebody you know, or is it the state? I just don't know any of this,
Well, it's somebody that's hired by the developer, and it comes to the town's engineer
Town-
to be reviewed.
Yep.
Okay,
Everything is reviewed through the town engineer, and,
okay,
and yes, there is some, on the planner review, there is, part of the conditions is obtain and submit copy of New Hampshire DES alteration of terrain permit, subdivision approval, there's a whole list.
Okay,
On
all right,
here.
yeah.
That they have to comply with.
we just don't have a
Yes.
clue, so,
No,
we're
and
just hoping that you guys will
Well,
really
and again,
follow
and
up.
that's why we wanted to just continue this, because we
Yeah.
don't have any of
Right,
this stuff.
right.
And we want to make sure that we get everything.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know.
and the water,
Yeah.
the whole deal, we
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yep, no,
okay.
we agree with you.
All right.
If anybody else has any questions, please come up.
Yeah.
You know,
I appreciate it, thank you.
yep.
My name's Steve Warren. I live at 469 Dudley at the cul-de-sac. And I have questions about, are there the contingencies that were promised 2 months ago about no access to Dudley Road and Tibbetts Road as a back entrance? Is that on here? Or did that disappear?
That's never gonna go away.
Okay,
That's
Thank you.
never gonna go away.
thank you. The state access permit, I talked to them today, and they are waiting for information from TF Moran about soils drainage, and there's one other thing that doesn't come to mind, and the engineer that had been working on it wasn't there, so I was talking to another woman, Miss Fifield. The well situation, is that been addressed? There's very little water at the crest of that hill. People have problems with wells. There's septic issue. I know that was talked about today. Is there anything in the paperwork about the wells? I know the state had to, it was talked about monitoring the wells. Is that in contingencies for information from them about whether there's sufficient water to support 38 units?
And that's on the, I think we wrote that down. They're still waiting on the tests for the, well, for the, well water.
Okay, okay. As far as the fire department's concerned, I have not talked to them, but these quarter-acre lots with propane tanks, Alton Bay Christian Conference Center, I have concerns about fire issues with these tanks on such small lots. You all remember that fire there, and they couldn't stop the explosions. And that's what I have for today. This is on, as far as I know, it was subdivided before to make this lot. Is that correct? Beverly Kempton. And the rules are different for subdivided lots as far as access for the state, and they're looking into that right now. I just wanted you to be aware of that.
Okay.
Okay? They're gonna have to blast rock
Yep.
for that spot, and I just want to stay on top of that because it's a very dangerous road where it twists and turns, and the number of trucks and the sight lines, if it's not put in the right spot.
Actually, I believe their effort is to hammer it.
Okay,
It is quite rotten rock, so
okay,
they may be successful, or they may not.
okay. Very good. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else from public? Okay, I'll close public at this time. And, we don't need, we need.
You can,
Okay,
because you've taken.
okay. All right, so, we need a motion? Oh, yeah. All right, I'll make a motion that we continue this until the August. Calendar.
That would be August 19th.
I make a motion that we continue, this plan until, this application until the August 19th meeting. Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
So just for the record, I'd like to just note that the continued application deadline would be August 5th. So it's 2 weeks prior to the meeting. So if there's any additional information you're going to provide, August 5th is the deadline.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right, so last case is design review, case P 25-20. Prospect Mountain Survey, Paul Zuko, agent for Lee Hillsgrove. Lee Hillsgrove 2022 revocable trust, Lee Hillsgrove trustee. Subdivide 252.90 acres parcel into 2 lots of record, current lot of 250.30 acres and 1 lot of 2.59 acres.
Good night.
Guys?
What you got, Lee? I said, what's up, Lee?
guys are up. Yeah, that's good.
Tell us what's up.
Yeah, design.
Tell us.
So my name's Paul Zusko. I'm here for Lee, who's all drugged up right now.
Did he
He
drive?
had
or
back
did he
surgery.
drive or did you?
So he wants to take off another lot off his 200-plus acre lot, which now is the fourth lot, which kicks it into a major. So I've asked for waivers to most everything, because basically this is kind of like a minor subdivision, because first two lots already had residences on them. The first lot we took off with his mother's lot with 8 acres. The second lot was his son's lot with 5 acres. And now this is the first lot that's going to be vacant and available to build on. He doesn't have any plans to build on the rest of it right now. He's going to keep it all, the rest of the 250 acres in current use and keep doing what he's doing. So I've asked for all the waivers for topo, wetlands, soils on the remaining land. I show it all on this lot. There are no wetlands on this lot. I do show the steep slopes, test pit. There's 200 feet of frontage on both lots since it's a corner lot. And we meet all the state regulations. But because it's a major, we're here for design review first.
So the first two subdivisions were bunny ears?
We're what?
So the bunny ears?
Yeah, yeah.
That's odd. How'd you,
But just, I don't know, just the way they came out.
So it's the one in the corner, this one is the proposed one right here?
That's the proposed lot, right on the corner of 28 and Dudley,
Nothing there, no, it's just that sign.
where the
right?
big sign is.
The big sign, yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I did the wildlife study this morning. As I drove by, there were 2 deer right in the middle of the field, and they were quite healthy.
Yeah, they're a lot, morning, yeah.
Is that what they're doing? They were right there. So it's a pretty simple subdivision, really, for a major.
Yes, I guess that's my question. What changes when it goes, so it is a major subdivision?
Is this within what,
Because
5 years?
because of it being the fourth lot, minor subdivision is three lots or less.
And he didn't meet.
What is the time requirement?
5 years. Didn't we go over that? I thought this was last time. It was like, yeah.
Within 5 years.
So I took that, your mother thought it was me. This could have been a minor subdivision then.
I thought the last one was 22.
But that was the 5-acre lot. His mother thought I took off for that.
All right, well, we're here now.
So is there any regulations that preclude now having a major done on a, what was a prior approved minors? I'm saying from a legal standpoint for the town.
I'm sorry, what was your question, Doug?
The fact that this was approved as a minor, is there anything that precludes it from becoming a major subdivision now legally for the town?
That would be why he's applying for a major tonight.
Right.
I originally applied for a minor.
Right.
But then was told, it was a
He
major.
can subsequently take the minor and go and do a major now?
He can do a major
He
now,
can,
right?
Okay.
But if your 5-year stipulation is, then that first lot, null and void. No, this is still only the third lot. And should be only a minor.
I see. Okay.
I only do what I'm told.
I hear you. At least that's what you tell people. At least that's what you tell everybody.
So is this lot going to, it's going to one of your kids, or? It's going to one of your kids, the lot that you're. the
Yeah, he's gonna
proposed-
sell it.
No, I'm gonna sell it.
Oh, you're gonna sell it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I'm saying, it's the first lot that'll probably be built on. He already sold the trailer, that second lot was for his son.
Yep.
And it's got the frontage on both roads like you need, and you probably already looked at how much of it's wet, so you.
There is no way.
There is no wet.
Got plenty of buildable space.
Yep.
What's the red hash here? Steep slope?
Steep, yeah.
Yeah, it's really steep in the front.
Every town has their little time frame for minor and major. Barnstead, for instance, is 20 years.
It's how long?
20,
Wow, really?
Some people don't live that long.
I know.
And the proposed lot was part of, not part of lot 13-2 originally, right?
Say it again?
So the two lots that were approved before, 13-1 and 13-2, the proposed lot's not being cut off from 13-2, right?
No, it's being cut off of 13.
13, right, okay. Just checking.
What were the waivers again, Paul?
What's that?
What were the waivers again that you were looking for?
Everything.
Everything? Okay.
Wetland,
Oh, okay.
but they're all for the remaining land.
The remaining land,
Yeah.
yep, that you're not doing anything with? Yep.
No.
Okay.
And all the major subdivision studies that they require.
You have anything? Yeah.
Stuff under a major application.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Well,
So we sat there, applied for a minor, paid the fees, said we had to do a major, came back, paid fees again. Now we're gonna have to come now, because this is a design review, I'm gonna have to come back and sit there and pay fees again for the for the final.
But you come cheap.
We appreciate you doing as you were told.
We see your hourly rates and they look pretty good.
Exactly, it's,
It is what it is.
yeah. Anybody have any other questions or
Okay to me.
concerns? Looks pretty straightforward. Sorry.
They don't need any motion.
No, it's just a design review, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I can, open it to the public. Did you have any? Public? No, you're it, right? All right, I'll close it. Yeah, that's it, we're all set. See you
Guess
in
we'll be
August.
back.
We'll be back, yeah, we'll see you next month, sorry, guys. Yeah, well, you can, yeah. Because this was designed, because it was, it's a design review, because it was a major, so you just. I know you are, that's, as long as you feel good, that's important,
Drive safely.
yeah. Just
days ago.
Yeah.
I'll make it down the stairs.
Just drive careful, okay, when you, just drive careful.
That's on the left side.
Yes, yeah. You'll be fine. We'll wait till you get home before we get in our cars. Gotta fight Roger for that one. All right, so that's it for that. And then we'll go to other business. Any old business? There's nothing on the agenda. Does anybody have anything? New business, approval of minutes. I wasn't here, so.
They look pretty good to me, right? We had a new.
I hope so. I assisted this minute
I
taker.
thought they do, so it looked pretty good.
I hope you don't have complaints.
It's as good as my memory was.
Heard the vice chair did an outstanding job.
You did.
Thank God you're back. No changes from my side.
Was that a motion? Any changes? Anyone have any?
I'll make a
changes?
motion, we accept the Thursday, approve the Thursday, June 17th, 2025 minutes.
I will second.
Is that right, through Thursday?
No,
Hmm?
it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oop.
Right.
The Tuesday,
Yeah,
June 17th
So that,
minutes.
can you amend your motion?
yeah, it's,
I'm going to amend my motion to be
Yeah.
Tuesday,
To approve the
June
amended.
17th, to approve the amended Tuesday, June 17th.
yeah, it says Thursday.
2025. What
Second.
a mess. Yeah, we just changed it to Tuesday. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody
Do we have a
approve it, please,
Do we have a
vote.
second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Crap, that's
Okay.
gonna be fun to decipher.
There we go. Let's see, correspondence for board information, memo dated May 27th from Mike Bignali, PE Town Engineer, Ridgewood Subdivision Site.
Yep, that's just for your information, just an update.
All right. And letter dated June 3rd, 2025 from Norma, Dietrich, code official, Buckley and Joey Holdings, ZBA approval, map 26 lot 4, same thing.
So, yeah, this is another,
Okay.
for your information.
Correspondence with board and state application.
He has an outstanding site plan, approval with you guys, so that's why she's trying to navigate through that right now.
Norma is?
Yeah,
Okay.
so he still needs to come in and apply.
Okay. All right, number 5, correspondence and board's information. We don't have anything with that. Any other business to come before the board? Anybody have anything? Seeing none. Public input? Seeing none. Adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.